Hello TCC friends. This week's Pilates video from Bonnie is going to use a folding chair or a regular chair, a straight back chair, a band, and some sort of weight. This is a 2-pound weight. If you don't have it, you can always use a soup can. That gives you 1 pound. You can always use a water bottle, a full water bottle, about 24 ounces, and they'll work. Just something that'll give you a little bit of extra resistance. Okay, so stand next to your chair, maybe just hands distance apart. Point your feet forward, widen your collarbone, and let's just breathe. We're going to inhale through the nose and feel the ribs expand outward. Now exhale through the mouth, through pursed lips, and let the ribs come in. Inhale here again, expand those ribs, and reach up through the crown of your head to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, let the ribs come in, but keep the length through the spine. Inhale again, get longer as the ribs go wider. As you exhale, keep the length, pull the ribs in, and pull up gently on your pelvic floor until you feel a little engagement of the pelvic, the transverse abdominis. Inhale here to hold that. Exhale, let it go. Just one more time. Inhale, lengthen as you broaden. As you exhale, keep the length. Get narrow through the ribs. Pull up on your pelvic floor. Inhale here to keep the engagement of the pelvic floor, which will keep the engagement through the transverse abdominis, and inhale. And on the exhale, you just get ready to move here. Keep a little bit of tone in the pelvic floor. And then do shoulder rolls, going back, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good. Put your fingertips on your shoulders, lift your elbows. Same direction, you're going to do elbow circles for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Lengthen your arms and continue those circles. Keep your ribs connected. Try not to have your thighs or your ribs pop forward. One more time, and stop. Now I want you to bend your knees and hollow out your stomach to push forward as if you're pushing against a really heavy wall. And as you come up, high row and lift your chest. Round over and row back. Round over and row back. You're making yourself into a perfect C through the spine and coming back. Drop your arms by your side and let's start the shoulder rolls going forward this time. We went back last time. And 3, and 4. Get some mobility. Put your fingertips on your shoulders, lift your elbows, and again, we're coming forward for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower the arms in as if you're in the pool and doing a butterfly stroke. You're coming up and around. 3, 1 more, 4. When your arms come down this side, bring them so that the forearms are parallel to one another. Give a little softness to your knee, and as you twist twice to the right, you're going to lift your right heel. So it's going to be twice to the right. Now lift the left heel as you go twice to the left. And now go twice to the right. And now go twice to the left. Reach your hands out. Fold down in that C curve, bending your knees. Come up and reach to the ceiling and go down, rounding, and come up and reach. Put your hands down. Lift up your right arm straight to the ceiling, and you're going to just lengthen straight up so that the whole right side of your body elongates, and let the shoulder lower. The right foot is pressing heavily into the floor, and you're trying to touch that ceiling, and you're coming down. Exhale as you're just really lengthening, and inhale, release. Exhale, lengthen, inhale, release. Exhale, lengthen, inhale, release. Now this time you're going to lengthen and then side bend. and come back up and release. Reach up to the ceiling, side bend over, keeping the length. Come up and come down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, laterally flex, which is a technical term for side bend. And come down one more time. You're going to reach up and side bend over. Now we're going to add another movement to this. You're going to reach up and lengthen, side bend over, then bend your knees and rotate your upper body and twist. And then come back and reach to the ceiling. And side bend and bending your knees. You're hollowing out your stomach and twisting. And come back. We have two more. Reach up, side bend your knees and make yourself into a C curve as you twist. Last one, you're coming up, side bending, bend your knees and twist. Come out of that, stand right up. You're going to bring your two hands in front of you, start to the left this time, bend those knees a little bit, lift the left heel as you twist twice to the left. Now twice to the right. Now twice to the left. Now twice to the right. Come back to the center, drop your arms, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Just lengthen, no lateral flexion, and come down. Exhale, as you go up, similarly, pull through the middle of the heel and go down. And lengthen, and release. And lengthen, and release. Let's add the side bend. Lengthen and side bend over. Come up toward the ceiling to neutral and release. Everything elongates. You go over in elongation. Come back reaching for the ceiling. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You have one more. Reach up. Lengthen over. Come back. Release. Adding the twist. You're going to go up and side bend. Bend your knees. Rotate your upper body. Your tail is slightly tucked. Your upper body is twisted and flexed. And then come back up to the center and lift and side bend. Bend your knees and twist and tuck. And come all the way back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the exhale as you twist. Come back up to the center one more time. And go up and over. Bend your knees, tuck and twist, and release down. You're going to bring your hands in front of you, start to the right, bend the knees, and you're going to twist twice to the right and twice to the left. You realize that with your heel lifting, you're trying to keep your hips from moving, but your ribs move a lot. Now turn towards the chair, put both hands on the chair. You're going to have your left foot forward and your right foot back. You want the bend in the left leg, the forward leg, and you want definitely to have the heel of the back leg down. Just hold it there and press through the middle of the heel. If you don't feel a calf stretch, move your leg back further. I feel a big calf stretch here. So now we're going to switch this by straightening out the front leg and bending the back leg, lifting that back heel, and pull your hips back. The toes of the front foot are lifted and you're stretching the hamstring of the back leg. Now switch it. You bend the front and you pull through the heel of the back and switch again. And go for the calf stretch. You should really feel the gastrocnemius and the soleus really stretching. Right, they both meet in the Achilles tendon. And that should feel stretched too. And come back. And we've got one more. You're going to press. And then stretch. Bring the back leg forward. Bring your arms into that open elbow position. Start left this time. Lift the left heel as you twist twice to the left. And now twice to the right. Twice to the left. Twice to the right. Put your hands on the chair. You're going to keep your right leg forward. Step your left foot back. Make sure that left heel is really pulling into the mat. No forgiveness here. You have to drive the middle of that heel into the mat, bending the front leg. Keep your chest lifted. You don't want to go into a roundedness. Now bend the back leg as you reach your hips back. Flex your foot of the front leg and lift the toes off the mat. And then come back to your original calf stretch. And come back to the hamstring stretch. And go for the calf stretch. And now the hamstring stretch. Last one, calf stretch. And hamstring stretch. Back heel for me is slightly lifted. You're going to come back up. Put the 2 feet together. Bring your hands in front of you. And twist now to the right. And to the left. Twice. And to the right. And to the left. Good. Put your hands on the back of the chair. Pull your thighs back, your tailbone down, fingertips on the back. You're just going to lift your chest and lower it. And lift and lower. Lift. You feel a little bit of pressure on the back shoulder blades pushing forward. And lower. And lift and lower. Now take a baby step back from your chair. This time you're going to lift. Remember, thighs go back, tailbone goes down, and then make your body into the C curve again. And then come back up and lift and bring it into the C curve. A lot of abdominal action as your pubic bone lifts. And stretch out into an extension of your back. And now you're flexing. And now you're extending. We have one more. You're going to flex and extend, and then just stand up, and we are ready to go into the next move. For the next move, you're going to stand with one hand on the back of the chair, some sort of weight in your outside arm. Now, that said, if you don't have anything that you can use, just do it without the weight. It'll just be a little easier, okay? So we're going to squat, keeping your feet flat. Your hips are going to go way back to the wall in back of you. Your chest is going to stay lifted. And you're going to squat and stand and squat and stand. You're coming just to a front raise so the weight doesn't come above your shoulder, just to the level of your shoulder. We've got 4 more. It's 4 and 3, 2 more. 2, and on the last one, you're going to stay down there. Turn your palm up, and as you bicep curl, you're similarly going to lift your heels and lower them. I know you can't see my feet, but lift your heels and lower them, and lift and lower. Notice my hips are not moving up and down, just my heels. It's 4. Exhale, 3. We have 2 more. It's 2, your quads are starting to feel it now. And 1, keep the heels lifted, bring your arm out, turn your palm down. You're going to pulse slowly down towards your heels with your hips as the arm goes out and it comes in. You don't come up too high, you just stay in that middle range. And your quads should be feeling this. 4 and 5. And 6, you got 2 more. And 7, last one. And 8, stay low. Bring the straight arm in front of you. Pulse your hips down rather quickly to the floor as the arm pulses up to the ceiling. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low with your hips. Reach your arm up and just hold it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, ground your heels, bring your arm down, do a shoulder roll. You can just turn around if you'd like to. I'm going to move my chair to the other side so I can still face you. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side. Are we ready? Okay, so flat feet, they're not lifting until I tell you. We're gonna squat and reach the arm out and stand. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We've got 4 more. It's 4 and 3. We have 2 more. It's 2, last one. You're going to go down there, turn your palm up, lift your heels as you bicep curl. And again, lift your heels, lower your heels. Lift your heels, lower your heels. Bicep curl, straighten the arm. Bicep curl, straighten the arm. It's exhale and inhale. Exhale, hold the heels high. Reach the arm out. You're going to bring your hips towards your heels as you bring the arm out and back, and out and back. You can make this a bigger range or a slightly smaller range as your legs demand. You've got 4 and 3. My heels are lifted the whole time. 2 and 1. Hold it there. You're going to bring the arm to the front. Pulse upward with the straight arm as you pulse downward with your hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Heels are still lifted. Arm reaches to the ceiling. You're just holding the static pose for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. You can get rid of your weight for the time being. I'm just going to bring the chair back to the other side for a second. We're going to stand looking at the chair, and when we are, would like your feet to be turned out. So can you see that my knees are going outward? And what that means that my heels are connected, my toes are pointing out, so that when I go down, I'm plieing, okay? So I'm going to hold on to the back of the chair. Toes are out, heels are connected. Back is neutral. I hope the chin is level and the chest lifted. Okay, so keep your heels connected. Squeeze those calves if they happen to be very developed. And just start by lifting your heels and lowering your heels. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. 3. We have 2 more. 2. 1 more. You're going to lift, and if the heels are not connected, bring your leg closer so that they are connected. Keep those heels very high, and now you're going to plie. Knees go wide, and stand. Plie, and stand. The knees are going out at about a 45-degree angle, perhaps more if you have a bigger turnout. You've got 4 more. It's 4 and 3. 2 more. 2. You're going to go down low. Pulse your sit bones toward your heels for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Freeze and open your knees, let them come back. Open your knees, let them come back. Open. You feel your external rotators engaging and your inner thighs stretching. You've got 4 more. It's 4 and 3. 2 more. It's 2 and 1. Now you're going to pulse again, but this time the emphasis is up. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up, heels still connected, heels still lifted, and lower your heels. Turn your feet so they're pointing straight forward. We're going to do something similar, but not exactly the same. So with the feet about hip distance apart, meaning the middle of your heel is connected or in line with your sit bones. Let's just lift here. Make sure you have weight on the big toe mound and your ankles are not splaying, and lower. Lift and lower. I'm trying to go straight to the ceiling rather than forward, and I want to think of even distribution of weight across the ball of my foot from the big toe mound to the pinky toe mount. Come up here, keep your back as straight as you can, and you're going to plie here, so try not to lean forward as you go down. And up, keep the heels lifted, down and up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We have 4 more. It's 4 and 3. You have 2 more. 2 and 1. Stay low. Pulse downward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. You're going to take your tailbone and a little pelvic tilt under, and then reach it back to neutral. Tuck it under. Notice my knees are not moving forward. My pelvis is rotating and unrotating. It's tucking and it's releasing. It's tucking and releasing. We have 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now pulse upward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Those heels are still lifted. Lower your heels. Time to move from legs to arms. I'm going to move this slightly out of the frame and bring a band. Now, if you don't have a band, but you have some sort of weight, a little weighted ball or your soup cans, you can do this whole thing without the resistance of a band and just put the weights in your hands. In that case, you need 2 weights, okay? 1 for either arm. So you're going to start by, if you have the band, by standing in the middle of the band with your feet just about hip distance apart. Move a little closer. And your arms long. Don't have a killer tension on the band. Just comfortable to begin with. Widen through the collarbone, lift up through the kneecaps. Palms are facing in, thumbs are facing forward. I'm going to pull the straight arm back and release to the hip. 2. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. And 4. We have 4 more. 5 and 6 and 7. On the 8th one, hold those arms back there and squat, increasing the tension of the band. Squat and stand and squat and stand and squat and stand. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold the squat. You're going to pulse the arms again. So we're going to go up and it's a slow pulse. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Keep your chest lifted. 7. On the 8th one, hold it up and quick pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Bend your elbows without moving the upper arm and press it out. Bend and press. Bend and press. Inhale and exhale. We have 4 and 3. 2 more. 2, 1. Stand up. Take your left foot out of the band and step back into a lunge position. You have your front leg bent and forward, your back leg straight and back. The heel does not have to be down. Lean your body forward so you're a straight line from your neck to the heel in the back. And let's pull the arms again and release and pull and release and pull and release and pull and release. Let's do 4 more. It's 4 and 3, 2 more. 2. Hold the arms back there and you're going to circle about the size of a softball. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse your circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows and stretch and bend and stretch. This is a tricep extension. We'd wind up doing quite a lot of these. We have 4 more. It's 4 and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your body to vertical. Bend the back knee and continue the tricep extensions. And you're no longer leaning. Your head is up to the ceiling. You've got 4 more. It's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Step up. Bring the foot back into the band. And we're going to pull back and back again. And 3, and 4. We have 4 more. It's 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now instead of both arms pulling back, one is going to pull forward as the other pulls back. So we're doing scissor arms. Sometimes people call these marching arms. Keep it going. So instead of just feeling the back of the arm, you also feel the front of the shoulder. 1 more. Let's continue this move, but bend your elbows and straighten. Bend and straighten. They're still scissoring, but they're bending and straightening and bending and straightening and bending and straightening and bending and straightening. It's 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now can you keep this going and squat and stand, and squat and stand, and squat and stand, and squat and stand, bending and straightening and bending and straightening and squatting and standing, and bending and straightening and bending and straightening and squatting and standing, and bring it back. And hopefully your shoulders and arms felt that. You can get rid of the band for the time being. Put it on the chair if you would. And let's move on to abductors and thighs. You want to stand about an arm's distance from your chair. The outer hand will be on your waist. You're going to be abducting the leg on the outside. And as you do that, the whole body's going to tilt toward the chair. So it looks like this. We go over and back. Exhale and inhale. Keep your chest lifted. Try to keep a straight line. So there's no curvy lines here. 4. Exhale, 3, 2 more. 2. On the last one, hold the leg up and make sure the toes are pointing forward and not up, and pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now swing the leg into a tabletop position. Mimic the arm or mirror the leg with the arm. The toes are pointing down, the fingers are pointing up, and you're going to reach both out and bring them both back bent. And both out and both back bent. Both out, both back bent. Don't be lazy about the height of that leg. You're going to be working your outer abductors. We've got 2 more. We have 1 more. Hold it out there, flex the foot, pulse up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put both hands on the chair. Hop around, so now your orientation is toward the chair. Lift the leg. You can keep a little bend in the standing leg. Point the toe of the straight leg. Lift your chest and pulse upward for 8, 7, 6, 5. Kneecap is pointing down. 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg high. Flex the foot and kick your butt and straighten it out. Kick and straighten, otherwise known as a hamstring curl. We've got 4 more. 4 and 3, 2 more. 2 and 1. Now with that foot flexed and the leg high, we're going to kick the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing the leg around, put it across the other leg, flex foot of the crossed leg. Keep your chest lifted. Go into a one-legged squat on the other side and stretch your hips. And then stand up. I'll move the chair to the other side so that you can always see the leg that's moving closest to you. You can just use the other leg if you're at home. And we're going to stand facing outward with the chair at your side to begin with. Make sure the chair is stable. Mine is a little wobbly here. Okay, so we'll start with the hand on the hip and the body very neutral. I'm going to move a little bit away. And we're going to tilt as the leg lifts and comes back. And 2, and 3, and 4. Let's do 4 more. 5, and 6. 2 more. It's 7. On the 8th one, stay low with the body, high with the leg, and pulse upward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The leg swings into tabletop. The arm mirrors the leg, and you go out, and you come back in. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. We have 4 more. Exhale, and inhale. And exhale, and inhale. You tilt and lift, and come back. And tilt and lift, hold it there, and pulse upward with the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high. Put the other hand on the back of the chair. Hop around so you've changed your orientation. Keep your chest lifted. Point the back leg and lift it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it lifted and kick your butt and come back in. I forgot to flex the foot. Let's do that. And 3, and 4, and 5. Just 3 more. 6, 7. On the 8th one, you'll hold it there and you'll kick upward for 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Swing the leg around. You're going to cross it over the front leg. Flex the foot that's crossing. And go into a one-legged squat with the other. And just give those hips a stretch. And stand up. I'm going to move the chair back to the other side because we're going to finish up this standing workout with some push-ups. I like to do the push-ups on the seat of the chair. If you don't like push-ups or you don't feel you're very strong, you could have your hands here so that you're higher as you go into the push-up. I tend to like it lower. It's personal preference. See how strong your upper body is. So I'm going to put my hands on the side of the chair. When you go down, if you allow your elbows to go out, you're working more your biceps and your pecs. As you go into a push-up, if you bring your elbows close as you go down, you're going to be working your tricep more. Which you do is really up to you. Most people bring their elbows out because they don't like to work their triceps, but if you want to give the triceps a little bit extra work today, try to keep those elbows in. I think I'll try that. So I have my heel of my hand at the front of the chair, but you could have it up on the back. Okay, and you're going to get yourself into a perfect plank. Do not let yourself bow down, nor be in a little pike. You want to be a straight line from your outer heel to your shoulders. And then we're going to go down for 2 and up for 2. Just 4 times. Down for 2 and up for 2. Down for 2 and up for 2. Last one. Down and up. Good. Regroup. Now we're going to go down for 3 and up for 1. It's 1, 2, 3 down and 1 up. 1, 2, 3 down, and 1 up. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. You guessed it, we're going to reverse it. We're going to go down for 1 and up for 1, 2, 3. Down for 1 and up for 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Down 1, up 1, 2, 3. Last one. Down 1, up 1, 2, 3. Now, big finish here. We're going to go down for 4 and up for 4. So here we go. Pull those thighs back and up, tailbone toward your heels, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 2, 3, 4. Down 2, 3, 4, up 2, 3, 4. Down 2, 3, 4, up 2, 3, 4. Last one. Down 2, 3, 4, up 2, 3, 4. Step your legs in. Put your hands to the back of the chair. Reach your hips back and go into what I affectionately call an L stretch. Your ears are between your upper arms and you're lengthening through your tailbone, relaxing your shoulders, straightening out the legs so the hamstrings are a little stretched. And then curl your back and stand up. We finally get to sit in the chair. Yay. Okay, I'm going to sit here. And when you're seated, I'll move a little forward so you can see me better. Let's just sit toward the front of the chair and bring your hands so that the thumbs are out and the palms are forward onto the back of the seat of the chair. Pull your abs in and lean forward. Remember, the lean forward is with the shoulders not pushing the low back in. Tailbone goes down toward the chair and just hold it there. Now, if that isn't killing you, bring your pinky fingers together on the back of the chair and then lean forward. And you'll get a much bigger stretch. It really opens up the pecs. And then bring it down. You're going to have your hands about middle of the chair. Bring yourself out to the edge of the chair. Move your feet forward so your ankles are further forward than your knees, considerably, because we're going to swing the hips from the chair up into a bent leg, supine plank, and come back. And lift up, and come back. My feet are a little too far forward. And lift up, and come back. We have 2 more. Lift up. You should feel the back of your shoulders supporting you, your arms really strong. And on the last one, you're going to stay up there. Make sure your hips are level and that they don't drop. And then bring one leg up into tabletop and bring it down. And the other leg up and bring it down. First one, so we're marching. Second one, the hips are staying level, not dropping. One more on either side, up and down, and up and down. Now right leg only goes into tabletop, reaches forward and comes back. Reaches forward and comes back. Reaches forward, comes back. 2 more. Out and in. Keep those hips high and level. Bring the leg down. Other leg comes up into tabletop, and you press it out and pull it in. Through the heel, bring it back in. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, put the leg down, swing back. Bring your hands a little closer to the front of the chair and swing your hips up into that position. And now try not to sit in the chair as you pull your hips through your arms and flex your body. And then come back up. Now this is a lot easier to do on a chair than it is on the ground. So it's a good place to practice it. And come up and over and down. It's a tendon stretch. And we're talking about the tendon that connects the hamstrings to the sit bones. 1 more. And back. And sit down on your chair. Bring your knees back into just hip distance apart and bring your arms out. Okay, you can make fists or whatever. I like the palms up for this. Keep the arms straight across as you pulse to one side 3 times. 2, 3, come back, and to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, come back. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, inhale. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, come back to the center. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, come back to the center. Widen your legs, move them a little forward, and twist one more time, but this time the front arm has the palm down, reaches over the knee on that side, the back palm immediately rotates, thumb is in, palm is up, and you just reach. Come up in this rotation, come back to the center. Other side, you're going to rotate first, the hips don't move. Reach out over the opposite knee as the back palm reaches up toward the ceiling. Come back to the center. One more on either side. Inhale and exhale. Again, this is a seated saw, a modification sitting, a little easier than on the floor. It gets really well into the elongation of the back involved in the seated saw. Come back up, bring it back to the center, bring it back. Bend your knee on one leg. You're going to straighten out the other leg. Toes are up on the straight leg. Reach your arms to the ceiling. You're going to flex at your hip crease and reach over towards your toes. Pull your toes back to you. Now, if you can't reach your toes, hold on to your ankle, your calf, anything that's accessible. And really give it a stretch. Then release your hands and bring them up to the ceiling. You're going to lower the hand on the side where the leg is straight and laterally flex toward that straight leg. Come all the way back up, reach the arm up. Now you're going to twist toward the bent leg and bring your arm to the back of the seat of the chair while as the other arm goes to the outside of your thigh near your knee and twist. Come back to the center and switch legs. Okay, flex those toes to begin with so the toes are coming back up towards your knee. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, lower your shoulders, get long through the spine, flex at your hip crease, reach over and hold on to that toe. If your shoulders have lifted in order to grab, lower them down. Pull those toes back towards your knees. Release the leg, bring it up. We're laterally flexing towards the side of the elongated leg. Coming back up, reaching the arms to the ceiling. Now we twist toward the bent knee. Bring one hand to the outside of the thigh, the other hand to the back of the chair, and twist. And come back. That's what we have for being up on the chair for today. That's part 1 of this workout. I'm going to cut the video here and we'll go into part 2 in a second while I adjust the angle of the camera so you can see me when I'm down on the mat. We'll still be using a weighted ball. We'll still be using a chair, probably not the band. Okay, see you here in a second.